You know, it's nice to revisit a familiar character and put him in a unique world. Especially Arthur, he's like a unique man. He's a man with a moral compass. Arthur Bishop has kind of left the business in what he used to be in, and we find him in a different place in his life. And, you know, things don't sit very well for him like that, well, for other people around him. Gina's played by Jessica Alba, and, you know, in my opinion, she's the perfect protagonist to drag Bishop back into his old line of work. There's only so many ways you can take out bad guys, you know, with your hands or with weapons, and, you know, it can get repetitive. So you have to try and justify the situation, and basically you have to kind of give reason to why he's doing what he's doing, and you have to kind of make it, try and look a little bit inventive and quite smart, because Bishop's a kind of a, you know, a guy that kind of processes things as he goes along. I've been doing this a long time, so, you know, I like to get stuck in, and I like to do my own work. You know, it's something I've done ever since I did my first action movie all these years ago in Transporter 1, was the first film that I kind of sort of took the reins and sort of got sort of my hands dirty in the action movie world. And, you know, from there on, I just wanted to continue that. And there's a great reward in doing your own sort of fight sequences and trying to push yourself and doing stunts. And you know, I had a ton of experience as a kid doing many different sort of martial arts and gymnastics and different sports that can really, really give you some kind of an advantage on doing these kind of sequences and stunts that we end up doing. There's always a risk, and there's always things that you're not allowed to do, and we kind of try and push people to allow us to do what we like to do. And, you know, the action for me is, it's part of what I really enjoy. I mean, I tend to like some of the action more than I do some of the drama stuff that we do. It really is, you know, the stuntmen are great people. They're you know, they're solid type of guys that I tend to get along with. I really do like their company and have a lot of respect for them. And I think in that kind of world, you get to really enjoy the kind of work that you end up doing. There's a lot of exotic locations in this movie, and I think my favourite would have been Thailand. We spent most of the time there, and, you know, the Thai people are second to none in their warmth and their sort of generosity. So, yeah, we had a terrific time over there. I think the psychology behind Crane is something that's been torturing him, so he becomes obsessed with something that, an incident from when he was in his childhood. They were both in an orphanage together, and it really just wears away at him inside. So he becomes this psychotic guy with a real necessity to prove a point. He's trying to keep it authentic, you know? He's trying to keep it realistic without it being over the top. I think all the different action that we do, and no matter what the location is we want to try and keep an element of realism, and sometimes that's tough, you know? It's one of the hardest aspects of making action movies.